Well, we're back right here in the studio, and we have with us right now Dr. Manar Alawadhi. And Dr. Manar is the head of the nutrition unit at Dusman Diabetes Institute. Good evening, Dr. Manar.
Hello, hi Mr. Tariq, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Ramadan Kareem to you.
Thank you, same to you. Mubarak alaykum al-shahr.
Alayna wa alayk, and thank you so much for taking some time to be with us this evening right here on HALA Kuwait.
Yes, of course, it's my pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
Dr. Manar, we are into the holy month of Ramadan now. Can you please tell us what are the best ways to break the fast, please?
Yes, of course. So Ramadan is a very special time for us all. And it's a time where our eating habits usually change during this month because of our times of when we eat, when we break our fast, and when we start our fast. So a lot of us tend to break our fast with friends and families, and usually there's a lot of food on the table. So one of the most important things is to start breaking your fast very slowly and not indulge with a lot of food all at once. So some of the recommendations would be to eat, for example, 3 pieces of dates, drink some water, drink soup, or eat a small salad. Then, go for a prayer break, take an hour just to relax, and then go back to having your main course or the main dish. Sometimes this is not ideal, especially when you're with family and with friends, or you're invited. Then maybe just eating smaller meals throughout the day would be the best option, and not to eat all at once during futur. Other things including a lot of our traditional foods are very high in saturated fats, they're fried, so controlling the portions are also very important. So if you're having sambusa or kubba, maybe have one of each, and save more room for having more vegetables. When it comes to dessert, same thing, maybe have a small piece of dessert rather than indulging in a lot of dessert, and instead having more fruits. So you don't want to miss out on all the traditional foods, but you want to control the portions and the amounts that you're eating.
In Ramadan also, Dr. Manar, part of our traditions is the ghabga, which is like the snack or meal that's between the iftar and suhoor. And tell us now how to manage that when you are invited or have a ghabga. Tell us about that, please.
Yes, the ghabgas are actually one of my favorite parts of Ramadan. They're
Mine
very
also,
social.
yes.
You get to meet your friends, your family members, so it's always fun. But the thing is, there's always food involved.
Right.
So one of the things that you can do, planning ahead is very important. So when you know you're going to a ghabga, maybe you want to eat half a portion of your futur, so you can save room and also enjoy the food at the ghabga as well. If the ghabga is later in the night, you can have that food as your suhoor if it's at a later time. And same with dessert, for example. The dessert in the ghabgas are always, there's a variety, there's a lot of options, especially if, there's a lot of people. So maybe skip the dessert during futur so you can enjoy the dessert at the ghabga. So it's all about planning ahead and controlling your portions. Again, this is a special time. There are certain foods that are only served during Ramadan, so you don't want to miss out. So controlling the portions is very important.
Dr. Manar, then there is also suhoor. Tell us, that's the last meal before you start your fast for the whole day. So what do you recommend for the suhoor time?
Okay, suhoor is very important, and a lot of us tend to skip this meal. But physiologically for the body, it's super, super important because your body is going to go to a fasted state for almost 12 hours. Ideally, we would recommend to eat an hour before the Fajr prayer time, so that you give your body time to digest before you go back to sleep. Sometimes that's not ideal. You would just eat before going to bed with an hour or two. And some of the foods that you would want to try to focus on are foods that are high in potassium because they tend to help with hydration, like bananas, tomatoes, dates. Also having foods that are high in fluids, such as fruits, yogurt, soups, foods that are high in protein and fiber, like lentils. You can have a lentil soup, lentil stew, chickpeas, oatmeal, whole grains. Fiber and protein tend to keep you full longer, so it can help you stay full during the day and not get hungry very quickly. And always combining a carbohydrate with a protein is important during suhoor, again, to keep you full longer and to have the energy throughout the day. And of course, water. A lot of us tend to drink a lot of water right before suhoor or during suhoor, but it's very important to drink water from futur time up
to stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated because your body is losing a lot of fluids and water during the day, especially with our hot weather. So usually it's recommended to drink 1.5 cups to 2 cups of water every hour from futur up to bedtime. This way you can get your 10 to 11 cups of water a day.
Well, very good advice and information. What about exercise, Dr. Manar? Tell us the importance of that in Ramadan.
Exercise is very, very important, and whenever we get time to exercise, it's very important for the body. We can either break our exercise into 10-minute increments. So this way you don't get thirsty really quickly. Where exercising for 30 minutes, you can do 10-minute walks throughout the day. I usually don't recommend people exercising before futur time. I know this might be the most ideal time for most people because after futur is more social. If you were to exercise before futur, remember your body has been fasted for a very long period of time. You're probably not hydrated enough. So walking is usually something safe we can do, but you still have to watch out and listen to your body. If you ever feel dizzy or not feel so well, to stop and listen to your body. Ideally, we would recommend to exercise 2 hours after futur. This kind of gives time for your body to digest the food and for you to have the energy. And exercising after futur or after you have a meal is recommended because you would have the energy to actually do an intense type of exercise compared to before futur, where your body is not ready to do any intense physical activity.
Any last comments or advice for our audience, please, Dr. Manar?
My advice actually would be to stay hydrated. So drink 1.5 to 2 cups of water from futur time up to your bedtime. Eat a variety of foods. Remember, you're only eating for a few hours during the day. So eating the same thing every day means you're only getting specific nutrients. So eating a variety will get you enough nutrients throughout the month. Keep moving, especially after futur time. And it's a very social time of year. Enjoy it with your friends and family. But it's also important to practice more healthful lifestyle skills during this time.
Well, we'd like to thank you so much, Dr. Manar. You and the team at Dusman Diabetes Institute are really doing an amazing job. We appreciate your valuable time and insight with us this evening right here on HALA Kuwait.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and I wish you all a happy and blessed Ramadan, inshallah.
Thank you so much. We'd like to thank you. We'd like to thank our distinguished guest, Dr. Manar Alawadhi, head of the nutrition unit at Dusman Diabetes Institute, which was founded by the Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences.